Hi, Soul Controller here. Today we're going to talk about Microsoft's press conference at E3 2018. Let me say this up front, Microsoft's press conference was simply awesome. They bombarded us with game announcement after game announcement after game announcement. There were some 50 games announced at that conference, 50, while on the other hand, Sony gave us gameplay demos of around about 5-6 games. So that would make Microsoft the runaway winners of this year's E3. But that's not really true, is it? In my humble opinion, there are certain inherent problems with Microsoft's press conference. So let's discuss what these problems basically are. So let me clarify up front that I like my Xbox, and I think Microsoft's press conference was great. There were so many different kinds of games from so many different genres that even if you didn't like all of them, there was something in there for everyone. Shooters, RPGs, MMOs, action-adventure, platformers, racing games, you name it, it was there. It clearly shows that Microsoft has fallen behind in this generation and they're doing everything possible to claw back some of that mindshare. This is a stark contrast to what happened in 2013 with the TV announcements. This was all games. But the problem is, 90% of these games were third-party games. You could be a PlayStation-only gamer, you could be a PC-only gamer, you could see this conference and you'd come away happy knowing that there are lots of games coming to your platform. Microsoft was doing a conference for the entire gaming industry as opposed to doing a press conference for the Xbox console. Sony, on the other hand, seemed to be relaxing on the finishing line, knowing that they've already won this console generation. Well, this kind of complacency has hurt them in the past, and let's hope they snap out of it. Coming back to the Microsoft press conference, let's discuss the exclusives. Firstly, they said they had 18 exclusives, which is grossly misleading. Microsoft has an old habit of spewing out meaningless statistics in your face. For example, 1 million hours of gameplay, 1 trillion reloads of guns, a bazillion quintillion bullets being fired. You get the picture. 18 exclusives sounds great, but when you count it down, it includes DLC for older exclusives, exclusive content in multi-platform games, games that have timed exclusivity, and smaller indie games. The true AAA exclusives that are only available on Xbox are few and far between. I'm not even taking into consideration the Play Anywhere feature that lets you play most of these Xbox exclusives on a PC. So they have a very few AAA exclusives in the immediate future. Most of the critics of the Xbox platform complain that Microsoft recycles the 3 exclusives, Halo, Gears and Forza, over and over again. Guess what? Microsoft just proved them right again. The 3 biggest exclusives that were announced at this press conference were again Halo, Gears and Forza. I'm sorry Microsoft, Halo and Gears of War are not the same big name titles that they used to be 10 years ago. And Forza is one of the best franchises in the racing genre, a genre that has become more and more niche over the past decade or so. Now don't get me wrong, apart from Halo, Gears and Forza, there were certain other exclusive games as well, which were mostly indie games. The sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest looks really good. Then there was a skating game called Sessions. And then there was Battletoads, which looks promising and seems to want to play on the nostalgia strings of older gamers. But that game seems very far away. Most probably it will launch with the next Xbox, as the trailer seemed like it was made on PowerPoint. Now I don't want to forget Crackdown 3, a game which has been delayed several times and now is coming out early 2019. Apart from Forza Horizon 4, this is the only major release of an Xbox exclusive that is coming out in the near future. That is not a good position to be in, because Crackdown is not a legendary franchise. It is not a Halo, it is not a Gears, it's not even a Fable. It is at best a mediocre franchise with 1 good game, 1 bad game, and a 3rd game which has been stuck in developmental hell. It'll be unfair to expect too much from Crackdown 3, but it's the only thing they got right now. For me personally, I'm a huge Halo fan and I'm really excited for Halo Infinite, but I'm not sure when it's gonna come out, if at all it comes out for this generation of Xbox. Based on the rumors and the news surrounding this game and the stage of development this game is at, it won't be too far-fetched to suggest that this game will come out for the next generation of Xbox. The Xbox 2 or Xbox 4 or whatever it's going to be called. Phil Spencer and Microsoft teased about the next generation of Xboxes. They said that their engineers are already hard at work, so the next generation of Xbox may not be that far away. Here's another problem I have with this entire approach. Barely 7 months ago, Microsoft launched Xbox One X. A beautiful, powerful, amazingly well-designed console that deserves a lot of games and exclusives. And 7 months into its launch, Microsoft is already talking about the next console. This seems similar to the mistakes Sega made with their consoles. And look at what happened to them. If Microsoft hits the reset button on the Xbox One sooner than expected, a lot of people who've purchased the Xbox One X and have paid good money for that are going to be upset. Speaking of the future, the biggest announcement from Microsoft at this E3 press conference was that they have acquired 5 new game studios. And now this is a very positive step from Microsoft. Microsoft's exclusive problem cannot be solved overnight. You can't keep money-hatting third-party developers to keep giving you games. That does not work in the long run. So buying up studios and having your own studios is the way to go. But the games developed by these newly acquired studios are not going to be out before maybe the next generation. Now I just wonder how this may impact Microsoft's exclusive lineup going into the future. Does this mean we get 5 additional games to the ones that already exist in the Xbox catalog over a period of 3 years, considering it takes 3 years to develop a game these days? Well, the answer to that is no. Playground Games and Undead Labs have been making Xbox exclusives for a long time now. Playground Games has made the Forza Horizon games, and Undead Labs has made the recently released State of Decay 2. That leaves us with The Initiative, which is a new Microsoft studio, Ninja Theory, which is a very, very good studio, and Compulsion Games, which is an indie studio. So you may expect 3 more games in 3-year cycles for Microsoft. Now just look at the last 2-3 years in terms of Xbox exclusives. Do you think having 3 additional games, say 1 game each year, is going to solve Microsoft's exclusive problem? Do you think there is enough? I don't think so. Besides, we don't know the kind of games that these studios are going to churn out. Playground Games and Ninja Theory are sure shot quality studios that are going to give you quality exclusives. The others are still a big doubt. Compulsion Games have created We Happy Few, which is yet to be released, and before that they had created Contrast, a PlayStation 4 exclusive, which was an okay game if you ask me. I played through it because it was a PlayStation 4 launch title and there was nothing else to play at that time. So just buying these 5 studios is not going to be good enough for Microsoft. They need to nurture these studios, they need to give them creative freedom, the funds, and let them do what they're good at. Microsoft, please do not micromanage them. Please do not force them to make games as a service. If they want to make multiplayer games, fine. If they want to make story-driven, single-player games, please let them. Please give them the creative freedom that Sony and Nintendo do to their studios. Let them make the games that they want to, and I'm sure the product that comes out will make you happy, will make the gamers happy, and will make the Xbox a much, much better platform than it currently is right now. Despite all the negative comments that I have made on Xbox, let me be clear, I like the Xbox and I want it to succeed. Competition between Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo is extremely critical for the well-being of this industry and for us gamers in general. And with that, we come to the end of the video. Please hit the like button, share and subscribe. This is Soul Controller signing out.